Same. I was like,
that was unnecessary. You shouldn't have.
yeah,
And honestly, that is just disrespectful.
Same.
That is your late ex-fiance.
Yeah.
You disrespected her. You disrespected her family. You disrespected kind of his own family as well by just including them in that whole thing.
Yeah.
What's up, guys? It's your boy Mutsusi. You know the bonds. You know what time it is.
What's up, yo? Welcome back to my channel. It's your boy Mutsusi. You know the vibes. You know what time it is. I have a very special guest here. Please introduce us.
Hi guys, I'm Roba. I am the content manager, the South African content manager for Hip Hop Africa. And yeah.
Alright, so why are you here? But anyway, welcome back to my channel. This is RIP to Kenan. RIP to Kenan Forbes. Yeah, we are doing his last album. He dropped an album before he unfortunately passed on. So yeah, man, we're just gonna review the album. How many albums has he actually dropped? What album?
Four.
This was his fourth album.
Yeah,
right?
But if we include that one with was it an album?
That's like a compilation or something. I don't know.
But was it an album?
Yeah, actually. So, but I don't think that's his. There's no count.
It's either 4 or 5.
So it's Alter Ego, Levels, Touch My
Blood. Then
this one, but Bovamania came.
Wasn't that like an EP?
Yeah, horrible album.
I didn't get that title.
What do you think of AKA's discography, and what do you actually think of him? Just in general, do you think he's the GOAT or is one of the GOATs?
I see that AKA is a hitmaker. He grew a lot through the years in his music. From the first time I heard his music was from the Hype mixtape. I think they had this other song Yahaha from Alter Ego. It's called Ladies as Pimps 2. That's
what?
Ladies as Pimps 2.
Oh, okay.
Ladies as Pimps 2, gone but to show us off. That's my job. So yeah, that was the first time I heard of him. Then, well, solo, because he was in that group entity. So
with
I didn't know this other guys.
Before he signed to Ivy League, right?
Yeah.
He was with Caesar, Dalimbofu's kid, son.
Kunji.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah. So, and then yeah, he really developed as a rapper, and he's always been like, I don't want to say he always had a big head, but he was always confident in himself, in his music. So that's something that really stood out for me. There was this person or this rapper that was always so sure of himself, and he never questioned his craft. He never questioned his style. He was always in your face. So he was always ready to battle with anyone. Like if you questioned him, he was ready to go at you.
Just remember that beef with El Tido. Yeah, El Tido. And before then, he beefed with Blacklist.
Oh yes,
but that was in the very early stages as well. So
and then Shave Man, maybe that time when what's that song? I Wanted All.
Oh yeah, with Pro and Kuli. Yeah, that's like
Kuli.
That's from Alter Ego, right? Yeah. That's from Alter Ego.
What a time.
Yeah. So but anyway, sorry to cut you off.
I think I was done.
Nah, so do you think he's, because with the song Boozy, he actually references Harimbe, that Sister Bettina. Most people would often say that Sister Bettina is like the greatest like South African song of all time. He also mentions Benny McCarthy. So that's like, in terms of football terms, he's like the greatest South African export. He's the only South African guy to win the Champions League. And then he also references Robert Marau, as well. So like Rose Marawa.
Oh, that clip
Yeah.
at the beginning. Oh, yeah.
He's also perceived as the greatest
Yeah.
journalist or whatever it is.
Mm.
I think for me with AKA, obviously he's pioneered, the whole South African rap scene with Casper, but I think for me, I'd be doing myself a disservice as if I'd probably say he's like the greatest, because I think him and Casper have actually pushed the envelope and they've actually catapulted South African rap, whatever. But I think for you to actually be considered the greatest of all time, I think for me the first thing is that your skill set, your lyricism has to be top tier
and consistent.
Yeah, and both these two gens, I've always felt like lyrically they're very average, but other than their commercial success, discography and whatever it is, they've actually they're good at that. But in terms of like rapping, they've always, and I've always felt like as rap fans, as someone that really I like Ruby rap shit, and I've always felt like something was amiss, like skill set, like rapping. So I cannot. I think maybe the top 10 South African rappers of all time, they're probably there in the list. But in terms of them being top 5,
there's no way.
There's no way. Yeah. So, but yeah.
As Casey, I remember. I was actually listening to one of the songs. I don't remember which one it is. He mentioned Jorge. He was number 1 twice. More that MTV base.
Was he ever number 1? Because he always complained Jorge. They never really took him seriously though. I don't know.
Yeah, he said something about it. And then just last week, Casper just tweeted randomly, he's always been like, he said number 1. And like he's like he never got that. He never understood why they never gave him. Well, I don't know.
I've never taken that thing seriously because
it's just people's opinions, obviously.
Same as what we're doing.
So exactly.
Like, yeah, but
obviously rappers are gonna take it personally because it's a bigger platform. It has influential individuals, so obviously you're gonna take their opinions as fact, and they catch feelings.
But anyway, let's get into the content of
Mass
Country. Why do you think it was called Mass Country? I think he said he wanted the album to sound authentically South African. That's why he had to sample a lot of like classic. He's always sampled.
Yeah, so when you say that, I really, because he's always been doing that.
So I probably sound redundant, but anyway.
Yeah.
Content-wise, this was horrible. Not horrible, but it was average. It was okay. No, it wasn't even okay. But like in terms of execution, it could have done better. So it sounded like something that I've listened to before. It sounded like Touch Your Blood. What? Touch My Blood 2.0. If you listen to Company, that's like Flying Versace 2.0. Versace King. Versace. Or whatever it is. Right? So I don't read, yeah. Then with Mbuzi as well, it could have done better. Like you feature in Tato Soul, one of the hottest rappers right now. And I like that Tato got onto AKA's album and rapped in Venek. So that also, sort of like, he represented Avan Basekasi. Okay. But Tobacco because I don't know how I'm speaking to.
No, Mara. You said the other rappers didn't rap in Venek.
On an AKA album?
Yeah.
Who?
Okay, singing in Venek.
Where?
In that song.
What song?
Sponono.
Why are you saying Sponono like that?
Maybe it's Sponono.
Yeah, Sponono, I don't know.
Yeah,
but I'm just saying, Tato getting on an AKA album and him being one of the hottest rappers in South Africa, and he's very good when he raps in English, but the fact that he opened his first line with like a Venek bar.
What did he say?
But he actually said, like, I can translate in English because he said, this actually took blood, dedication and tears, sweat, or whatever it is. I forgot the line, but the fact that he actually, came through and rapped in Venek on that's something for Pretorian rap scene. Like, yeah, so for me, shout out to Tato. But with AKA's verse, like I hit like 2 verses, and I don't even remember like one quote from that. I remember even with the song last time as well. Like it sounded like a spoken word. I didn't like it. He obviously he sent a shout out to like Abo
Whichever.
Yeah, whichever and whatever it is, but he could have done better, you know. Actually, I was listening to Nas first time from King's Disease 3 when he was actually referencing like the gens that when he first listened to Kendrick, when he first listened to Park, when he first listened to Jay-Z, and then the execution there, and I'm not, you know, comparing the two.
Okay.
But I'm just saying like he could have done better because it's like like okay, Zahara, it was too average. Like you could have at least, you know, internal rhyme, you know, rhyme punchline. I mean, bro, come on, give us something different because his punchlines have always been horrible. Like he rapped suit and tie with what, cookie and pie or something like that. And then
You're asking for too much.
No. These niggas need to do better. But yeah, let me finish.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I liked Crown, but lyrically as well, a very disappointing song. You cannot rap Money Machine, go ratatata. Like, brother, come on. I think he also referenced Shabalala scoring against Mexico. I don't know if it's the first or Mbuzi or whatever it is. I'm like, remember he rhymed Zamba with something and Touch My Blood. I'm like, brother, there's no way you'll ever be considered the GOAT or rapper that way. I'm sorry. Yeah. And that song, what's the Diary Anxiety, when he mentions the whole Odeliaka Anele. I found it was a bit.
That was in bad taste.
Yeah, same. I was like,
that was unnecessary. You shouldn't have.
Yeah.
And honestly, that was just disrespectful.
Same.
That is your late ex-fiance.
Yeah.
You disrespected her. You disrespected her family. You disrespected kind of his own family as well by just including them in that whole thing.
Yeah.
Such a lot. He had like, I don't know when he recorded it, but he had that. The whole time he kept listening to the song and felt like, nah, this is a bang, it has to go on the album and people need to listen to this.
This was really distasteful.
Shame.
But yeah,
anyway.
That's about it. That's my thoughts. And I'll probably give 2 out of 10.
For the album.
Yeah, Lemons was a bop. Like Lemons, sonically, play value, shout out. But again, necessary rhymes. Bonus DC, Ziggy, what? What's that? Yeah, whatever. Brother, come on. But anyway. Yeah, what do you think of the content?
Firstly, I never actually expected AKA to be like an MC, like dropping bars and stuff.
But wait, like he used to go toe to toe with Bo, Dumi, Proverb, Risen. You don't feature niggas like that on your album if you don't consider yourself an MC.
Victory Lap.
Yeah. If you like, come on.
I listened to that jam a lot.
Like, you know.
I'm just like.
He was like when he first started, you know.
Yeah, but obviously, as you mature in the game, I think.
You don't have to dumb it down. Like you dumb it down.
He didn't dumb it down.
Yeah, because there was nothing to dumb down. Okay, but still.
I'm with you. Yeah, but I guess he was good at the beginning, but obviously as time went on, I guess he focused more on being a hit maker, and he knows he knew. R.I.P.
Still sounds surreal that he's passed on. So.
Yeah.
It hits you sometimes when he's not on here, but yeah, sorry.
Unrelated, yesterday was like Dimple's first anniversary at Cafe.
Is it?
Just like, yeah.
Wait, Ricky passed on
like
23rd, 2nd of
February. Like that was like less than
City
2
Lights
weeks.
as well.
Yeah.
DJ City Light. Oh.
That is tragic.
But yeah.
R.I.P. to them though. Mbuzi song?
Yeah, Mbuzi. Yeah.
Horrible song. I was really looking forward to Tato's verse. Like obviously, like I don't know, you put me on to Tato, you and Gilbert put me on to Tato, and whatever. Obviously I became a big fan. But excuse me, as a lover of hip hop and rap, obviously I picked up very early when listening to Tato that he raps the same, he says the same things, so everything just sounded boring and redundant.
He has the same rhyme scheme, not Hore, he says the same thing.
He does.
Same thing.
Yeah.
Wait, come on.
He does. So, yeah, you pick that thing up and it just like, I'm literally listening to the same thing. Just like when you listen to this album, it just sounds like you're listening to Touch My Blood. So, when I heard Tato's verse, I was just like, yeah, he missed it. Yeah. But I didn't really hate AKA's verses, just that they're really not memorable. I don't remember what he said, but I know that I didn't hate them. I just, Tato really, like that feature, my hopes were very, very high. But I was disappointed, and it happens, I guess. What other songs are there? My other favorite song, Company. Oh my god, what a jump. It sounds like Fernando Versace. And obviously he had to reference it's the multi-talented from that clip. Yeah, you know that clip? Oh yes, you know it. Yeah. So yeah, that's my jam. There's really not much he said, but obviously Hitmaker aka really didn't focus on the bars and stuff. He just focused on making a hit, making a song that people are gonna play during the weekends in the club. So yeah, it's just that song. And then Lemons and Prada recently grew on me. Recently as in like a day ago. I told you I'm making off. Yeah, they recently excuse me, they grew on me. I didn't really hate Lemons like that. I was just like, eh. You know. And then Prada. I don't hate it, and obviously he had to feature Cooley again.
Cooley interpolated his line, go bang.
No, not bang. Wait, which line? Toward the end part.
No, there's something that there's a line there I hate where I was like, okay, I've heard this before.
Yeah, so toward the end of the verse, I think the second last line, Cooley said, "Sky to the ground till you hit the floor." Yeah, from I Want It All. The hook. Yeah, he killed that hook as well. Cooley. That AKA and Cooley combo, he can never ever miss. Never. But it's unfortunate that this was the last one we'd ever get to hear from the two, unless there were like a few more in the vault. I don't know. But yeah, there's really not much about that song. Like I said, they were just talking and rapping. They were just bragging. Cooley Lene, he's a fashionista, and obviously he was the right person to feature because Lene, he's always hitting the stores with Lemise. Yeah, so whatever. Yeah, it was a cute, I don't want to say cute, man. It was a good way of like them getting back together in terms of like hitting the stool. In terms of content, I mean, it's another bop. So yeah, that's really just it. And then yeah, basically those are my only favorite songs: Company, Prada, and Company and Prada.
Yeah. Do you think the album is sonically cohesive?
Explain.
Like, do you think the album is sequenced right? Like, can you play the album from the first song to the last one? Do you think it's in the same sonical pocket?
I just want to say yes.
I don't know. But what I found really ironic was that BKA is always sort of like a beef with people, with rappers that actually jump onto Amapiano. There's a couple of lines where it's actually referenced that, but most of the production here has a lot of Amapiano elements. So I found that really like ironic with how you shitting on niggas jumping on Amapiano Luena. At the same time, you are rapping over an Amapiano beat, so for me, that's still Amapiano. Just because you're rapping on an amapiano beat doesn't make it less of an amapiano.
Yeah, I think because excuse me, AKA was always a clown. I think once I heard that I'm a piano line and wow, the beats, I was just like, it was just another way of him saying, yeah, I can do it too. Even if I'm gonna shit on you niggas, I can do it too. But yeah, we don't know, and I guess we won't know. But yeah.
Yeah. So it's time to rate the album. Alright, we've been talking like 25 minutes in, but anyway, right. My favorite songs, I've said our favorite song. Mine is Crown, Lemonade, and Everest. Yeah, that's about it. So, rating. I'm gonna rate the album 3 out of 10.
That sounds good.
3 out of 10. That's horrible. That's a mid. This was a mid, average album. But RIP though.
It was disappointing to say the least, because a lot of people were like really anticipating this album because it's his last album and they were so excited.
Wait, how did we, before you passed though? No one knew it was his last album.
Of course. But obviously, once he passed, it was just like, oh my god, Mass Country has to drop. Yeah. And as soon as his family announced they're not gonna change the release date, it was just like, oh my god, that album needs to drop. Mara, once it dropped, it was just like, yeah. So there are people who are busy saying, oh no, this album is a classic, this is the best thing out right now, and I'm just like,
what's the best thing out right now? It's Buku. No, but that's not hip hop.
Yeah.
What's the best thing out right now? Ginger.
Oh.
Yeah. Shout out to Ginger. Shout out to Ginger Breadman. But yeah, what is it? I reviewed the album, man.
Yes,
what's it?
What? The Bar album?
Yeah, the Bar album. Yeah.
Oh, what? Like yeah, don't forget to link that review.
Oh, like.
But yeah, it was very disappointing. Not Ginger. I'm talking about Mass Country. People are still bumping the songs, but it's not a lot of people compared to like around the time when it dropped, of course, because like the hype died down and people were just coming out like, okay, let's be honest about this project.
Twitter was going crazy. I think last week niggas were like, yo, it's time to be honest.
Let's be honest, we've given it enough time now, and Hake Khani, he paused, and RIP to the homie. But oh my god.
Shout out to Musa Kaula.
I can't believe I just did that.
Give back those awards.
Stop it. Oh, we better Stop it.
Give back those awards. You do not deserve them. They can sit in wherever, in your shelves where you put them, but just know very well that you do not deserve those awards.
Stop it.
Okay, whatever. So how do you rate the album?
It sounds good as a 3. Yeah, it is really.
It's a mid.
Yeah, it's really 3 is not even mid. Mid is 5.
So yeah, it's like semi-mid. No, it's like
it's below average.
Yeah, below
Excuse
average.
me. It's really. It's not like a big thing. You can't like in a year. There's no way. Not even a year. The year just started. So
I'm
like
not gonna
in 6 months.
You know, I like go back to the track list and I'm like, okay. Besides Lemonade, I listen to Crown. I'm like, I'm good with that thing. When I listen to that Money Machine, I'm like, no way. So I'm mostly, I've never got no.
You'd never go back to that album again. And in all honesty, I'm not even gonna lie, Shem. I review music and I'm, Shem, let's not lie. Let's not lie to the people. You gotta be honest. So,
yeah.
Okay.
Right.
Shalom. Are you done?
Yeah. It's like 30 minutes.
Oh, damn. Okay.